Hello, ladies. My name is Dee-Dee Harris, and I am a sacred feminine frequency coach. And I guide women into a life where they are universally compensated. No job, no hustle. You get paid by your frequency. In today's live, we're going to talk about how to align with divine provision without a job. How to align with divine provision without a job. Before we get into it, I want to say thank you for your patience because I did move states. And guess what? I did it again. I manifested another home. I didn't pay anything to move in, and I don't pay any rent. I did it again. This is the third home that I didn't pay any down deposit. I didn't pay anything to move in, and I don't have rent. I did it again. At this point, ladies, it's the frequency. It is the frequency. And this is what I guide women in. This is what I teach on my channel. So ladies, if you just lock in, if you just align yourself, if you just do the things that I tell you to do, girl, you're going to be living this free magical life. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to say, ladies, is I want to keep it 100 with you. I want to be very honest with you. On this channel, I'm no longer going to say things that I'm no longer going to watch what I say, hoping that some people might not like what I say. On this channel, I'm going to teach my own experiences. I'm going to teach the things that I go through, all right? And I'm no longer going to sit around here and say, oh, I probably don't need to say that because somebody might not like it. Now, the things that I teach on this channel, everybody is not going to agree with me because I don't live a logical life. I don't live a life in this program. I'm not in the matrix. Like, I'm not plugged into the matrix. I live a very magical, miracle, unbelievable, things just fall out of the sky for me life. And this is a real life if you choose it. All right. Yes, we live in a physical world, but we're also non-physical beings. There's two ways to live. You can live a physical, logical life. Yes, and do all the things with the scheduling and working a job and doing all the things that you need to do. But you also are, it's another way to live as well. So it's all about choosing which life that you want to live. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. How to align with divine provision without a job. All right. So on this channel, ladies, give me 1 second. Okay. So on this channel, ladies, I do promote leaving that job. If you are working and you don't like what you're doing, if it's depleting you, if you dread it, if you're tired, if you're just doing it because you feel like this is what you have to do to survive, or this is what you have to do to succeed, or if this is what you have to do to pay your bills and put food on the table, I get it. I understand that. But why are you doing something that you don't like? All that's doing is when you're choosing to live like that from a program. It's just a program. It's a belief that you have. You believe you have to live like that. You believe you have to work. You believe you have to chase. You believe you have to force. You believe you have to hustle. It's a belief system that you believe. But on this channel, I'm telling you, if you don't like if you like working, work, do it. But if you like it, but if you don't, because I speak to a lot of women that hate their jobs, that would love to start doing what they are passionate about, but they don't do it because they're afraid that it doesn't pay their bills. They're afraid that they'll lose everything. They're afraid, like they can't fathom being without a job, right? But I'm telling you, if you don't like what you're doing, You're going to have, at some point, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. So yes, I encourage you to throw yourself in the unknown. Throw yourself in the unknown. Baby girl, just go through the darkness so you can hurry up and get to the light. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable because you're throwing a brick through your whole reality. I say shatter it. I say burn it down because there's another life that's waiting for you. God would never let you fall. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable because you literally just quantum leaped yourself, right? It's going to be challenging because you're shifting realities. You're shifting your life. You just quantum leaped your life. Your life, it needs to shift. It needs time to shift. It has to change into the life that you're calling in. So the life that you have right now, yes, it's going to look like everything is falling down. Yes, it's going to look like what in the world did I just do? Yes, it's going to look challenging. But baby, that's a part of the process. It's a part of the process. Go through it. Just go through the process, right? Throw yourself in the unknown. Go through the darkness so you can get to the other side. God will never let you fall. It's just going to be uncomfortable. That's it. You're just going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. But that's okay. That's okay. Because it's going to change your whole entire world. Your whole entire world is going to change for the better. I promise you. I live it every single day. I live it every single day. All right? So what you need to do is you got to start following your passions. Ladies, please listen to me. You have to start following the things that you love. What lights you up? You have to start doing those things. You have to start living a life of your most authentic self. You have to live an authentic life. And what that means, what I mean by that is you're going to have to start doing things for you, not for no one else, not for playing along with this system. You're going to have to be your authentic self. What lights you up? What brings you joy? What are your passions? I know you have passions. I know you have a purpose. You know your own you know your purpose. You know what you're here to do. You know what your passions are. You're going to have to start leading with those. You're going to have to, at some point, start choosing you. The more, when you follow what lights you up, when you follow what brings you joy, that is your higher self. Get what I'm saying? That is your higher self communicating with you, saying, hey, you're supposed to be doing this. When you follow your passions, when you follow what lights you up, your life becomes more enjoyable. And the more you be in your authentic self, the more you follow what makes you happy, the more you're going to see a magical life, the life that I live, the life that I keep telling you about. The more and more you're going to start breaking these wool over your eyes. Follow your passion, follow your heart, start doing things that you love to do. Start choosing you first. Start living an authentic life of what you want, what brings you happiness, because that's not for no reason. You're not feeling like this. You don't feel these desires for no reason. That is your higher self communicating with you. And if you don't follow what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, then what is the point? Like, they're not going to communicate with you anymore. Your higher self is not going to communicate with you anymore because you're not listening. Your life can be so joyful. Your life can be so full of abundance. Your life can be so magical and so free if you choose you. At some point in your life, you're going to have to take a leap of faith and choose the life that you want. Now, you can change your story. If you don't want to work, you don't have to work. That is a story that you tell yourself. How do you want money to come to you? Me, I believe I don't need money to do the things that I want to do. I live in abundance every single day. I do any and everything that I want to do, right? My belief system is that I'm not tied to money. Yes, we love money, we want money, but what I'm saying is, if you keep focusing on money and not the abundance, you will always need money to do what it is that you want to do. Why limit yourself with that? Why limit yourself with that? This is the third house that I got that I didn't pay anything to move in, and I don't pay any rent. Not one, not two. This is the third one. You can't tell me what I'm saying ain't real. You can't tell me that. And I don't have not one job, not one paycheck. God is my source. Life supports me fully. The universe gives me anything that I want. I have divine provision. I have aligned myself with divine provision. Therefore, I don't need a job. Therefore, I don't need a paycheck. How do you want to live your life? Change your story. How do you want money to come in? How do you want to receive money? How do you want your bills to be paid? Like, if you don't want to lift a finger for nothing, you just say that. Say that. Because I don't want to lift a finger for nothing. I don't want to work. All right? Leave God no choice but to provide for you. That's what I did. Leave God no choice but to provide for you. That's what I did. When I was getting evicted, because you know I'm from the adult industry, right? You know I'm from the adult industry. When I left the adult industry in 2021, in 2023, I hit my rock bottom, right? I tried to fix it. I tried to do things, but nothing would work. I never tried to get no job. All right. I tried to sell all type of stuff, child hats, clothes, weight loss supplements. I even tried to be a fitness trainer. I was selling sunglasses. I was doing trading. I was trying to do so much stuff. So, child, I gave up trying because nothing was panning out. So as I'm getting evicted, I'm squatting in my 5-bedroom home, right? 2-story, 5-bedroom home. I'm squatting, right? And I told God straight up. I said, listen, I don't know what you gonna do, but I know what I'm not gonna do. Okay? I said, I give up trying. I give up trying. I say, I'm not getting no job, and I'm not going back to the strip club. So God, you're going to have to take care of me. I said it just like that. God, I don't know what you about to do, but I ain't getting no job. I'm telling you straight out. I'm not getting no job, and I'm not going back to the strip club. So God, you're going to have to take care of me. All right? Y'all, and I ain't paid rent since. I ain't had a bill since. Who? I was dead serious. I don't know who you. Wait a minute. No, this. You're gonna have to provide for me. God is never gonna let you fall. So you're gonna have to really force God to provide for you. All right. You're gonna have to be like, put your foot down. Be like, no, I ain't doing it. Okay. And God is gonna provide for you. I promise you. Life is gonna support you fully. But at the same time, I always show up for myself. I never gave up on my purpose. I never gave up on my purpose. You know, even though it doesn't make me money, I still show up every single day, and I'm universally compensated. I'm divinely taken care of. Divinely taken care of. Right? All right. So Girl, leave God no choice but to provide for you. Straight up, girl. All right. Um, Logical versus living a non-logical life. It's your choice. I want you to understand, ladies, that yes, we live in a physical world. We're physical beings. Like, we live in a physical world. So you can live a life logically. That's physically, like, do all the things, go to school, go work, do the things, do all of the logical things, the physical things. But I don't want you to also forget that we are also spiritual beings. There's two ways to live your life. Two things can be true at once. Okay? Two things can be true at once. I live a very non-logical life. I can't explain it. I'm just, anything I want is handed to me on a platter. God don't want, Spirit don't want me doing. I don't, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, I get any and everything that I want. There's nothing that I need. I don't want or need for anything. I have everything that I have ever wanted. Even if I don't physically have it. If I don't have a car, I don't need a car because I go any and everywhere where I want to go. If I don't have money in my bank account, I don't need the money in my bank account because I can buy any and everything that I want. Any and everything that I want is always handed to me. Right? So, two things can be true at once. You can live a logical life. You can set up your life in stages. You can go to school. You can learn this. You can get that trade. You can work for these many years. You can save up this. You can save up that. And you can manifest your life that way in stages. Or you can just live a non-logical life and just attract any and everything attract any and everything to you without you doing anything. Two things can be true at once. So the choice is yours. Yes, we're physical beings, okay? But you can't forget we're also non-physical beings. And we can live a non-logical life where everything can just flow to you. You can choose that. You just got to choose that. Believe that, right? You got to break yourself out of scarcity, ladies. You have to there's enough to go around. God is going to provide for you. You're going to be provided for. You're not going to go without. There's enough. This whole entire universe is abundant, is in overflow. You don't see it yet because you're looking in the lens of scarcity. You're looking in the lens of lack. But the first time, and I promise you, the first time you choose you over your responsibility over a life, let's just say you want to do something over here that's going to make you feel so happy. You're not being irresponsible. This is going to bring you so much joy. Or this is like really what you're going to do. You're not going to sit. You're not going to worry. You're not going to stress. You're going to choose this over here over what you think, believe, what you're supposed to do, politically correct, or what you need to do to be responsible, or you're just in this scarcity, like, oh, I can't do this, what makes me happy because I have to do this. The first time you do something so extravagant and twist your life up like that, that's going to be the last time you ever deal with scarcity. That's going to be, that scarcity frequency is going to lift. That scarcity frequency or zone that you in, or that cloudiness or that veil, that scarcity where you only see lack, it's gonna lift immediately. But you got to do something so drastic to puncture it. And once you finally choose you, And you got to do it so smooth though. Like you're gonna be like, you know what? Nah, I ain't doing that. You know what? I'm gonna trust that it's more than enough. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do what it is that I need to do. I swear to God, as soon as you choose yourself, soon as you choose abundance over fear, soon as you choose you over lack, over scarcity, that first time you do that, that veil is going to be lifted over your eyes, and all you're going to see is abundance all around you. Abundance, it's going your eye, you're going to start to see now, right? But you got to do something so drastic. Like you got to, because the more and more you choosing scarcity, the more and more you choosing the program, the more and more you're following the matrix, following the program, you're not being your authentic self, the more you're just going to keep living that life as a cycle, as a pattern. The same life over and over and over. Nothing's changing. You ain't really receiving nothing. But the first time you choose something else so drastically, so meaningful, and you dead serious and you do it, that's going to be the last day you ever see scarcity. The last day you ever see lack. I promise you. And the more and more you live in your authentic self, the more and more you keep choosing you, the more and more you keep following what makes you happy, the more and more you're going to start seeing your life as a magical life. The more and more you're going to start seeing it like I said, like, dang. The more and more you're going to, your old life, the more and more you're going to break this system. You're going to break the system. And the more and more you're going to see, because you can't see it right now. You don't see the abundance. You don't see the overflow. You don't see the miracles. You don't see the magic, right? You don't see it right now. But the more you choose you, more and more you live your authentic self, right? The more you're going to start to see it. The more your life going to be like magical. The more you're going to start manifesting, the more you're going to start attracting. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, and then it won't stop. It's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep expanding more and more and more and more and more. Because if you're not expanding, because life is expansion, you're supposed to expand. We will never stop expanding. If you're not expanding, then you're stuck. If you're not receiving, that means you're repeating. That's it. That's it. So, ladies, life is good. So I moved states. So I was in Atlanta. Now I live in New Jersey. So I moved states, and this is my third home. Like the first one, like the second one, that I didn't pay anything to move in, and I do not pay any rent. So it keeps happening for me. And now I'm actually living my best life. Like, I'm living my best life, like, right? Yeah. So this is what I guide women into: a life where they are universally compensated, no job, no hustle. You get paid by your frequency, baby. It's your frequency. So if you're ready to stop hustling, stop chasing, if you're ready to receive with ease, you're ready for your life to be so attractive, so you're ready to be so magnetic, you're ready to rewire your nervous system, reconnect to your feminine energy, and learn emotional mastery. And if you're ready to be your most authentic, sovereign self, you're ready to live a magical life where money just appears out of nowhere, where everything is handed to you like the queen and the goddess that you are, when you don't have to do anything, you don't have to lift a finger to do anything, where you're manifesting houses, cars, trips, men just paying your rent, girl. You ain't sleeping with them. You don't got to do none of that. You don't got to prove yourself. You don't got to do much. You just have to be in your being. If you want to learn this, if you want to live like this, join my community, the Feminine Glow Up Academy, which is my community. It's only $27 a month. You are going to get a library full of teachings that's going to help you in whatever season that you're in, right? Now, if you want to align yourself with my frequency, align yourself, because as I evolve, anybody that's aligned with me, they're going to evolve as well. If you know anything about alignment, when one move up, especially if I'm at a higher state, and if you're aligned with me, as I move up, you move up. And let's say you're not ready to be in the membership, you're not ready to pay the $27. I also have a free community. The only thing I ask in my free community is that you engage. All right, that you engage with the other women, you engage with the questions, you engage with the challenges and things like that. All right, and that is the Feminine Glow Walk Club. That's absolutely free. So all of these things will be in the comment section, and I believe that is it. I think I went through everything that I wanted to talk about, is how to align with divine provision without a job. And I love you, ladies, and just continue to show up, continue to tap in. All right, ladies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.